Peace, peoples. Peace. This video gonna be about, like I said in the last video, black folks celebrate everyone else's culture but their own. I want to ask the question. That's what this video is about. I want to ask the question, ladies and gentlemen. How many of y'all can go in your closet or go in your drawers and pull out some garments of your African people? Let's take a vote and see how many of y'all can go inside your closets and pull out. I'm gonna cut y'all slack. Pull out 3 garments. That's slack. Pull out 3 garments of African culture on there, and I cash app you $100. Only thing you got to do is drop your cash app in the comments section. If you can show me 3 garments in your closet or drawers of African culture that you wear, besides Versace, what else? Chanel, what else? Gucci, and the list goes on. But I want to see black folks go in their closet and pull out a piece of garment, 3 pieces of garment that represent our culture on it that you wear. 95.5% of y'all don't have no garments in your closet or drawers that represents African culture. But you can go in your closet and drawers and pull out, like I said, Versace, Gucci, Chanel, Prada, and the list goes on. Sad. But I ain't here to bash you. I'm here to wake you up. That's all. And not only garments, pictures in your house. How many pictures do you have hanging of our ancestors that was here, that did work, that left their legacy? I'll wait. And I take it real easy on you with this one. This show me 2 pieces. 2 pictures that's hanging in your house that represent African culture throughout your house to remind you that you come from greatness. That's 2 things, class. That's garments representing African American culture or African culture, or pictures that's representing African culture that's hanging in your house. That's all I want to see. And I ain't up here to bash you. But like I said, with these European holidays that a lot of our people engage into, right? With the decorations out in front of your house, all in your house, representing what? We studied that, pagan holidays, right? Pagan holidays. That's not our tradition. That's not our culture. But we was taught that. But we old enough now to break the shackles on the mind. And celebrate our own culture, y'all. That's a fact. That's a 100% fact. But I just wanted to do a video because they give us Black History Month, February, when it's more European holidays celebrated in February than it is Black History. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell y'all, Black History is 365 days out the year. There's no 28 days of Black History. There's not enough years and days of our Black history, brothers and sisters, boys and girls. But they want to erase our history and hoodwink you, bamboozle you, lead you astray from your history. Great history. So they say history 365 days out the year. We need more days. Ain't enough days in a year anymore if we wanted to study African history. Keep throwing that American. African history. It's not enough days in a year. We just getting started. 365 days in a year. We just getting started. You see? So how could you give us February 28 days? That's nothing. That is nothing. And then y'all keep giving us the same people when we have enough ancestors to pass around every year that y'all do give us Black history. We know who y'all throw out there every Black history because it's around the same time as birthday. And that's no respect to the king, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. You hear me? So, miss me with that. 28 days ain't enough. 28 days is in reality 1 day of African history. If you want to be real logical about the situation, 28 days is in reality is only 1 day when it comes to African history. Because we going back to ancient Kemet, better known as Egypt. BC, we talking BC. Our African culture stretch all the way to BC, to now. So don't tell me 28 days to celebrate Black history is a disrespect out the whole year of the calendar. Because it's the less days of the month in the year. That's disrespect. But within that month, you still celebrating President's Day and all types of days. European days within that Black History Month. Nah. But we was taught that. But our so-called educators that we have now that went through the European system, being taught, whereas though they got these degrees, should have opened up their own centers and schools to teach the youth about their history and where they come from and where it all started from. But I know you'll be, as they say, you'll be going against the grain. You'll be going against the grain, right? That's not part of the memo. That's not part of the plans. That's not part of the lessons that were given to you, once again, by your slave master who taught you in school. And I ain't here to bash you. I'm here to wake you up and tell you the truth. That's all. But when you talk this talk and walk this walk, you lose friends. You know, they say they're your friend, But when we get out there and get around that crowd, they say, oh man, I can't. I gotta take this person here. I gotta go to the, come up with all types of excuses. You see? Scared. Because you don't want to lose your position of the lessons that was given to you by your slave master that goes back to slavery. Ain't that right, Kirkland? Ain't that right? 400 years ago, right? Goes back to 400 years ago. The same thing. The slave master would give you your daily chores, which is the day called lessons that you're taught by. Willie Lynch had a strong letter. The Willie Lynch letter. Who read that letter? The Willie Lynch letter. He had a plan, he said, that had these niggas in line for the next 400 years, he said. On the now riverbanks of Mississippi, he gave that speech. We talking about Willie Lynch, ladies and gentlemen. Because some of you niggas still had a Willie Lynch syndrome. You hate your own peoples. You hate your own kind. If you dark-skinned, you hate somebody that's light-skinned. If you light-skinned, you hate somebody that's dark-skinned. If you tall, you hate somebody that's short. If you short, you hate somebody that's tall. If you got a bald head, you hate somebody that got hair. If you got hair, you hate a bald head, motherfucker. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Talk to me today. But let me give y'all a little update on El Copper. Rest in peace, brother. Ashe, King. You know, it was a sad situation. You know, we didn't know what happened when it first happened, but we got the memo, the lesson on what happened, as we would say, the lesson, right? That violence, domestic violence is real, y'all. Domestic violence is real, y'all. Like I said, we all got monsters in the closet, you know. And sometimes we show a appearance that we putting on that's really not us. You know, when in your household, it's a problem going on all across the world. Domestic violence is real, y'all. If y'all know anybody that's in a domestic violence relationship, reach out to them, y'all. Reach out to them, y'all. Talk to them, y'all. And if you can separate that person from that situation, separate that person from that situation, y'all. Because people will come and talk to you, but most of us don't listen. We all just want to talk. A lot of us just want to talk. We don't want to do no listening. That's why the Most High gave us a mouth and 2 ears. When someone's talking, please listen, because they can be crying out to you. You understand me, brothers and sisters? This brother lost his life, and I'm going to say it, behind domestic violence, man. Good brother. And like I said, give you the shirt off his back. Good brother. But had issues, man. Comes that alcohol, man. Drinking that alcohol, and you don't know what people going through. I know he lost his mom, and he kept saying he ain't had no family like that. His girl was his only family, and you know, if she kicked him out today or tomorrow, he was on the streets living in the shelter, y'all. So domestic violence is real, y'all. If you know somebody that's in a domestic violence relationship, reach out to them, y'all. Get them the help they need, y'all. Drop that phone call, y'all. If they don't want to call, y'all drop that phone call and don't leave your name, y'all. That shit is real, y'all. For real. People got family members, you know what I'm saying, where it can boil over and go to the point of no return, meaning a person to kill you, and that's the point of no return. Ain't no returning from death, y'all. Ain't no returning from death. If you're in a situation and you living with a female or something like that, and you feel as though she's not showing you that attention or vice versa, just take a walk, man. Separate yourself from that situation before it get ugly. You know, on both sides, man. Especially if y'all got kids. Because I see a lot of that going on. Kids, people with kids, babies, domestic violence, killing the parent, killing the girlfriend, and then killing himself, or vice versa. She killed him. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all know anybody that's in a domestic relationship, reach out to them. Get them the help they need, y'all. And like I said, the Most High gave us a mouth and 2 ears. When someone else is talking, ladies and gentlemen, listen. Listen. And when you listen firmly to what they saying, ladies and gentlemen, and they spoke for maybe 20 minutes without you cutting them off, then you rebuttal and say, now may I speak? I let you speak for 20 minutes. I have not cut you off. I had not said one thing. I let you speak the whole 20 minutes. Now, could you give me that respect and that same decor when I speak? And that's how the conversation should go, ladies and gentlemen. It shouldn't be no arguing match back and forth, whereas though you hear it on YouTube every day, all day. Our people's going at each other necks. And that's a fact. But rest in peace, El Copper. Rest in power, Ashe King. And you left a legacy on YouTube. That's all I can say, El Copper. You most definitely left a legacy on YouTube. I'm not getting into what happened, how he ended up losing his life. But just know it was over domestic violence, ladies and gentlemen. But back to what I was saying about the garments in your closet or dressers or pictures that's hanging on your wall that reminds you of your culture, African culture. And I ain't bragging, but everything I got in my drawers and closets represents my culture. You know? Everything. Everything. Posters, pictures, banners, name it. That remind me that I come from greatness and remind me of knowing thyself, where I came from and where I'm going. Bottom line. Stay away from the foolishness. Watch what you say out your mouth and watch the energy you put out in the universe. That's why I don't celebrate these holidays, holidays, or whatever you want to call them. That's not our tradition. That's theirs. And I'm not knocking them for their tradition. That's what they celebrate. That's what they celebrate. But we as African people have to start coming together and celebrating what we know as Africans. Goddess and goddesses. Gods and goddesses. Kings and queens. Emperors and rulers. You know? See, these other races know their culture. That's why they celebrate them. And I don't knock them for it. See? When you understand knowing thyself and knowing other races' history, because it's good to engage in other culture history, like I told y'all before. In Greece, you know, Zeus, you engage in that. You check it out. You see where these holidays come from. Holidays come from. So when you see it, you can acknowledge it. And you're not out blowing money on foolishness. Well, it's not foolishness. Well, then again, it is foolishness to you because it has nothing to do with you. You just being part of the go along, get along at that point. It goes back to that. Even the lessons that taught to you are taught to you by who? And what school? What language did they teach you? What language did they teach us? Was we speaking English in Africa? What's your name? Who gave you your name? What plantation? See? Everything was given to us, y'all, by our slave masters. And once you recognize it and understand it, you can begin the process of taking the shackles off your mind that you're free when you're not. You see? We live in a white man's world. But living in a white man's world, we can also practice our tradition and our culture, living in a white man's world. The same way the white man was living his world, right? In Africa. You know? They always knew their history when they came into Africa. They didn't just put it to the side and say, oh no, we ain't celebrating it because we're in Africa. Nah, they still celebrated their tradition. But when it comes to our peoples, we don't engage in it. Like we scared, like, or don't know the days. But we got so many great leader ancestors that was here way before us that we can celebrate every day if we wanted to. Some type of holiday. We can go by the birthdays. Write them down in your composition book. You got your phone, Google it. Google the great ones' birthdays and celebrate them every day. But I tell you what, once you start doing it, it's not just a one-day process. You'll be getting into that for days and weeks and months. Once you start opening up that African history. African Pandora box, as they would say. You open up that African Pandora box, it's deep. It's deep. And that's a fact. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, my whole wardrobe is nothing but my culture, and I love it. I get more compliments and respect from other races. When they see me representing my culture, they respect it. But when my niggas and my own people see it, they frown their face up. Embarrassed of their own people, saying, oh, here go this nigga. Here you go with this RBG red, black, and green shit. Nah, I'm just representing my culture, that's all. I'm putting on my garments that I have. When I'm dressed like a bum, you love me. You're feeling sorry for me. You're saying, what happened to him? He fell off. What's going on with him? Then when I decide to put some garments on and I'm representing African, my culture, you frown your face up. People are confused, man. Confused people, man. But I get it. I get it. I 100% get it. Some of you niggas is just house niggas. You just was born to be a house nigga. Some of you niggas. You know, it's in your blood. It's in your bloodstream. House nigga bloodstream. Weak ass niggas. Know what I'm saying? That nigga that was peeking around a corner on Django. That's some of you niggas. And that's a fact. But yeah, youth, I'm gonna need the youth under the sound of my voice, youth. Because we got social media right in our hand, the palms of our hand. Just Google up some African culture garments. You know Marcus Garvey, the late Marcus Messiah Garvey, Huey P. Newton, Fred Hampton, Bobby Seale, he's still around, Bobby Seale. Harriet Tubman, Booker T. Washington, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, Nat Turner, who else? The list goes on, ladies and gentlemen. The late Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad. That's who this is on my shirt. They were scared of Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad. He lost friends and everything behind his speech when he woke up. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, the list goes on. But I ain't gonna be up here long. I just wanted to come up here and drop that video about them garments. How many of y'all can go in y'all closets or drawers and pull out African garments, or not African garments, I'm sorry, a piece of garment that represent Africa or one of your ancestors, besides Versace, Gucci? I don't know the names of that shit because I don't wear that stuff. To each his own. But some of y'all brag about it just to say you got on $800 sneakers and you still living with your mother. Some of y'all like to brag. I got a $500 belt on and your gas tank on a quarter tank. Some of y'all like to brag so much about the garments you wear, you don't know half of them are part of the LGBT garments you're wearing. The Versace's, the Gucci's, y'all don't know who them people are. Remember blackface? Gucci had blackface. Y'all banned that for a minute. But they said, niggas, shut up here. We came out with these hot ass sneakers y'all gonna buy that cost $1,500. And you niggas want for it. Because it had gold feathers on it. Wake up, peoples. Wake up. Wake the fuck up. But with that being said, stand on your square. Put the Most High first. I love you all. Until the next time. Remember, tomorrow was the big day. Make your voice be heard. Weigh the options. Are you in a better or a worser position that where you in 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, or fucking 8 years ago? Ask yourself that. And with that being said, I love you all. Peace.